Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Shoujo Girl 900, but you can call me Shoujo. And today we are doing a special speed build that I thought would be perfect for the Sims 4 for rent that's coming out. One of the apartments that I actually enjoy is the apartment that is in the eco lifestyle world. So I thought I would try and build it so that people could actually use it as a for rent building. So let's go ahead and get started on the speed build. So the first thing that I did was I found this lot, this bigger lot, and I just wanted to clean it up with the terrain tools just to get any little pieces possible all cleared up so it's all kind of a clean slate. So after that, then I wanted to find the exact columns that were used in the original build, and it took me a little bit, but finally I found them and just wanted to put them in their proper place. And I will say that I didn't count the tiles originally for this. So later on, later on you'll notice that this build gets really big and not necessarily needs to be that big, and I do make it smaller so that it is more accurate. After that, it's just putting in the lights just so that we can see, going through, getting the walls put in, and this is on the bottom floor. I don't actually mess with the bottom floor for this one. I figure you all can actually create your own. I originally thought about creating something for these 4 rooms or maybe 2 rooms, but then I was like, no. I thought about having it be like a shared space as well, since we're an eco lifestyle, but I really wanted just to stay true to the build as it is in the eco lifestyle world. And hopefully I have the correct windows, but they may be a little different. It's really weird how there's like 2 square windows that look exactly the same, but they're not. So just finding all the proper windows there and getting them all kind of put in their place, and hopefully finding like the right siding as well. And this is where I really started to notice, hey, this is going to be too big, because I knew that the actual siding was really only like one side and one side. It wasn't 2 and 2. For each corner. But, I was like, I'll just keep going and we'll see how things go. Copied and pasted everything over just to get to the next level, which that's the level that we're actually going to be working on. And from there, just getting those balconies together. Really, I felt like the apartments in this world felt more like a motel, which again, I think would be interesting to play this as a motel instead of apartments. And I'd love to see people actually using this build to do something like that. I don't know whether or not I'll actually end up getting The Sims 4 for rent right when it comes out. But I wanted to get into kind of the spirit of things. Saw a lot of people doing townhouses, and I was like, okay, let's be a little cheeky here. I'm tired of townhouse builds, so let's do an apartment, but do one that is basically trying to carbon copy an apartment that's already in the Sims world. And I felt like this one would be much easier to do as opposed to something like in San Myshuno. Just because, elevators, you can really tell, these use only stairs to get up there. So made things pretty easy to do, and they're very similar. So you could really, copy them over. There's actually, I think, more apartments in San Myshuno than there are actual like apartment units than there are in the eco lifestyle world. Ironically enough, I can remember San Myshuno, but I cannot remember eco lifestyle, what this particular world is. So such as it is. Then because I had taken screenshots of this, I guess at nighttime, I needed to make sure that was matching colors of the roof properly and whatnot. So I went to nighttime just so that I could match those up. And yeah, just picking out the stuff that was necessary for this build. Things that really I don't see as actually being integrated when you really think about it. Those pipes in there, like they're not something for a fireplace or anything. So they're just, I don't know, kind of decorative or whatnot. So just getting the stairs to be in the direction as, you know, really shown in those apartment buildings. I think it's Stone Creek Apartments, possibly. But I know that the build on the gallery was basically named those apartments only with the number 2 on it. So that's how you'll be able to find this on the gallery. So just, you know, making sure everything lines up and moving things around so that they're, you know, more accurate. I think the hardest part ended up was really finding all of the items that were originally in the apartments. And the apartments, actually, I didn't feel like they were too badly laid out. So, I mean, there were some things that, yeah, I understand why people are going to, you know, redo certain things. Bathrooms and especially like the kitchen area, but I wanted to stay true to how it was originally built for both apartments. So it was, I found it interesting that actually the wood was in a different direction in one room versus the other. So the bedroom has a different direction of wood compared to the living room, and that's in both apartments. So that was kind of weird. And I did think about, because I of course realized that hey, this is actually way, way bigger. So I was thinking about, you know, using the space, but then I decided, no, I really wanted to stay true to what the apartment looked like. I wanted everything to be spaced out exactly that way. And a little bit later, before I go into the second apartment, I start kind of smushing everything together and getting them back to their proper place. And it's possible that some of the decor, like wall decor, that I might end up missing some, but I'm pretty sure I got a good chunk of them. And a wallpaper as well. It was interesting because it's like when you just look at it and you're not, you know, copying directly from it. I had no idea what wallpaper they actually used. And that painting actually took me forever to find. That like zigzaggy white and yellow and blue. I sorted by like yellow and blue and then finally orange, and then that worked. So it's kind of weird how things work or don't work whenever you're trying to filter things out. Just getting the bathroom all put together here. Nothing too outrageous. And realizing that it's like the, I guess, trashier-ish version of the refrigerator that's being used. The only way I could tell was there was that little like black rectangle, and that's how I was able to tell that was a refrigerator. Really, this first build was easier to find most of the stuff. Maybe not necessarily the wall decorations, but the other things was like that. Yes, I'm well aware of those base game couches. I'm well aware of that rug. So many use it. I don't know. I think it's ugly, but such as it is. So then I finally decided, you know what? I'm going to get everything smushed into the proper levels. And I also, you know, just to get everything copied, or to get everything in the right sizing, I just copied the bedroom over because that would help with the sizing for the other apartment. Because I'm basically done with the first apartment, which I think was more of like super basic and cheap. And now we're going into the second apartment, which has more of that eco lifestyle feel to it. You'll see that it has the eco lifestyle bathroom set in it as compared to the bathroom set in the other one. There's more items from eco lifestyle in the second apartment. And I thought it was weird that they would have used so much of the base game in the first apartment. I don't know if it's just that it was just cheaper. I mean, eco lifestyle in general has a lot of really good and really inexpensive items. That was one of the many reasons why I love this pack and bought this pack very early on. So going in and just clearing out everything that I had copied over. And the same thing happened actually in both areas where they have the wood flooring in different directions for each room, which it just baffles me, but whatever it is. Again, cabinets, they use base game. I don't think that any other cabinets really came in this pack. So base game cabinets, but again, then it was the eco lifestyle bathroom set. And I don't actually use a lot of flowers or any type of greenery in my build, so I'm not as well versed, but I did find this plant. I was like, that looks like it's exactly the right thing. And then getting the wallpaper took me a little bit, and I even later on, because you'll find out later on as I'm trying to find additional things, that there are certain items I could not actually find in build mode, and I had to actually use cheats in order to get some of the items. So for instance, not for instance for this, but the wallpaper, I thought it was like that brown eco lifestyle, but it really turns out it's not. And I do change that later. I never really checked which red painted walls were actually being used, but I really liked that darker red compared to like the thousands of reds it feels like we have. And this is, that area right there is where I'll struggle, because it turns out that dining room table and chairs are actually crafted. So I had to use a cheat in order to get those crafted items. There's even some like wall lights that I didn't even know about in the game that you could craft, that I'm like, okay, I'm going to need to do that sometime. But yeah, there are wall lights that I later will have to cheat to get that will go into the bathroom. I guess that's technically a spoiler, but you don't get to see them until later on, because I had no idea. I couldn't find any of these things, didn't realize that, the Sims team actually kind of cheated to get those things in my opinion anyway. So just getting all of the bedroom set in. Again, they're using all of the eco lifestyle bedroom set as opposed to what was used in the other room. Again, thought that was interesting. So that there was actually, I love whenever they have swatches that match what's already in base game. That's always love when that happens. It's kind of a pain in the butt when they don't do that. And just getting other things that maybe I realized that I missed in there, kind of looking around. And then finally I was like, oh, this is actually the wallpaper that I'm supposed to use. So I got that all changed, and then I finally got the proper table and the chairs. So those are actually things that you can craft in game. And then here's the lights, which are actually really pretty. And I did not know at all that was something that was crafted. I didn't even know they existed because I never had crafted them. So that was really interesting. And going back and forth on mirrors, because I knew about this light that I had missed. And I liked that mirror because of how high up it was, but it just didn't work with that light. And though I don't think there was toilet paper originally, I was like, no, you have to give them toilet paper. I'm sorry. But we're getting closer to the end. I'm just kind of moving moving some stuff around the porch or whatever you want to call it, moving that around and kind of double checking on things and moving, those pipe things that are up on the top again. And there we have it. I did add that column there because I was like, oh, come on, you need support. Added some of, just a few things, putting it's 2 and 2, and there we have it. So now you can actually see on the left is what I created, and then on the right is what it was based off of. Now I will say that those mailboxes, they weren't in Eco Lifestyle. I actually had to use those mailboxes from Snowy Escape. So that is the only item that's not just Base Game and Eco Lifestyle were those mailboxes. I'm sure with Sims 4 for rent, you'll likely have to get different mailboxes anyway. Of course, you can download it and just put different mailboxes in. If you don't have Snowy Escape, I don't think that should be a big stopping point for you actually with this build. So I hope you enjoyed this build. I hope that you all who do have Eco Lifestyle and maybe are looking forward to and planning on buying or have pre-ordered The Sims 4 for rent will use this. Feel free to, of course, definitely comment to let me know if you have used it. Tag me if you do when you upload it to the gallery, because I would love to see this being remade and remastered. I'd love to see what people would do to the bottom floor because it's all completely open. You just have to put doors in. So again, I hope you enjoyed this really short, to me anyway, speed build, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!